Say hello.
Hello. First of all, huge fans forever,
Well, thank
of
you.
course,
I
for
appreciate
years.
that.
I've had tons of people ask questions or suggest questions,
Oh, really?
and I felt some were completely inappropriate. Even
Oh,
maybe some
really?
people that you work with made a few suggestions.
Really?
And I may tell you those after the camera
Mm-hmm.
goes. The first one would be, what moods do you write best in?
Oh, it didn't really matter. I guess I write better when I'm happy.
Better
A lot of
happy?
people write better when they're sad.
Sad?
But I'm kind of the opposite.
I love to write and play. And that was a personal question that I wondered. Another one that come up is what, as a child, what would you describe as a perfect day? Of course, everyone that are your fans knows you're upcoming and knows what challenges you have, but what would you consider to be the perfect day as a child?
To me, it was living on the ranch and getting to ride horses in the mountains that
Wow.
Mac Bay.
Huge horse fans, so I'm sure. The next one would be, what is your greatest need day to day? Quiet time, excitement, keeping busy?
Probably just, yeah, being stimulated. I hate being bored, so for me,
Bored
just
easy?
doing something, learning something.
How often would you say you play a day? Is that-
Guitar?
Mhm.
Not very much.
Not very much.
When I was learning, I would play all the time, but now I don't very much.
Most just
Yeah.
for performance only.
Yeah, I
I
run
can
around.
understand that. The other one would be, and we decided to have some serious ones and maybe some that would be a little off the beaten
No
path.
problem.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
To save all kittens and trees.
To save
I
all
don't know.
kittens and trees. Well, that could be a good one. At what moment, did you think, wow, I'm almost famous? I would figure coming in your position that it would be.
I remember I would just worked really, really hard, the whole beginning of my career, and it never seemed like it was going anywhere. And then I heard my song was getting played on the radio, but I just kept working so hard. I never noticed a difference. My life didn't change. I wasn't making money or anything, And then I'd be in these little crappy hotel rooms doing interviews all day long like usual, and I just noticed journalists started going, "What's it like to be famous?" And I remember being like, "What? Is this famous?" Paychecks weren't coming, hotels weren't nice, So I think that's when it started going. I wonder if things are changing.
And this is something that wasn't written down. Do you remember the first time you heard your song on the radio?
Yeah, I remember hearing "Who'll Save Your Soul" in the top 10 countdown in San Diego. It was pretty cool.
Were you jumping up and down a little bit?
No, I was depressed. I was like, this is going to ruin my life. Yeah, I was pretty excited.
I can only imagine. Another one that was off the beaten path would be, what would you say would be possibly maybe a top one or two of your guilty pleasures?
I have a lot of guilty pleasures.
So it might be, we can
The
name
F word's
3
one
or
of
4
them.
or 5. What would be one of them?
The F word sometimes.
The F word?
Yeah.
And this is going to be on the block. I can show this to my mother and say, that's the F word.
Frosting is another guilty pleasure. What else is a guilty pleasure? You know better than me almost.
Popcorn.
Oh my lord, popcorn. Right now.
Light butter or no butter? Massive butter? Heavy
butter? See, I like to get all creative and put herbs on it and special things. And
have you
dress them up
tried ranch powder?
I've done
That's
ranch powder.
good.
I like chipotle chili pepper powder a lot.
Never done the chipotle. A couple more, because I know your time is good. 3 words that you would describe yourself as.
Impatient, curious, and I don't know. I try and be fair.
Does the curious part lead to some of your songwriting?
Yeah, pretty much all of it. I'm snoopy.
I think a lot of time curious is why I enjoy it. Is what can I find in it?
Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's what led me to do that.
What is do you have any favorite fans that you would be a fanatic of? Of course, like I say, I've been a huge fan. And you've probably been asked this. Who would be your one person? I know that's a very popular question to ask and very typical.
Yeah, it's so hard though. For a musician or for a writer or for...
For any person, for Jewel.
to him a lot. I think I've learned to be a better person from him. So I guess I didn't really
That's
give
a,
him
that's a
lot of
great
ways.
answer. That's a good answer. That's bonus points.
Aw, good.
If there would be any other job that you could take, this would be my last question.
Mhm.
If there could be any job that you could take besides what you do, and I know you do a lot of things.
Mhm.
I've done, actually one of your paintings before. I
Oh,
looked
cool,
at,
yeah.
and I know you love to sculpt and other things that you
Mhm.
do. But is there something that would be outside the art world that you would enjoy to do?
I like theoretical science a lot.
Theoretical, now see, this is something I did not know.
I love
I
theoretical
did not realize
science.
that you was a theoretical, did you realize you
I'm
was
not
a
a theoretical scientist, but I enjoy reading about theoretical scientists, and it's a job I would have really enjoyed, because it's their job to think up things instead. The conceptual scientists have to actually figure the math out to make them possible
Right.
and see if they're
But
possible.
the theoretical
That wouldn't be a
part.
very good job for me, but the theoretical part, I really, I love science and physics and all that, and I would have, probably, if I got to go to school or could have afforded that, I probably would have loved to study that.
Well, me personally, it might sound bad to say, but I'm glad you didn't make it.
Thanks.
I'm glad you ended up with the road that you went
I
down.
am too, I'm very happy, and I can read about theoretical science all I want.
Exactly.
I have one question.
Mhm.
Would you rather read or watch TV, like a movie?
I go through fits. Lately I've just been really enjoying watching TV because I work so much that sometimes when I read I'm so busy dissecting how the writer put everything together that it's hard for me to relax. So sometimes if I just watch mindless TV, I relax better.
TV's good, 'cause sometimes, especially if it means nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, the Disney Channel, you don't have to
Yeah,
pay
feels
attention.
good.
It just happens to,
It's nice.
it just happens to be on.
Yeah.
So,
Totally.
I guess that's
Well,
about.
thanks. Y'all are good. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I would love. Would it be a problem if I asked you to find a couple of extra photos?